course you have.
Thank you.
So this is a brand new Bosal,
Okay.
and it has not been what I call squished, but tied down so that it has a little bit more of a narrower memory.
Okay.
We did try it on Journey and found that there was a lot of airspace, particularly around the contours of his face. So we need to fill that in like a glove, like a beautiful leather glove, so there's no airspace.
Okay.
And we do that for a number of reasons. One, the most important is if it's not fitting the glove, it will start to irritate you. So it would be like a watch that it isn't really fitting you right. It's not on, it's kind of loose or it's kind of tight.
Okay.
Same thing with a pair of shoes. If your shoes aren't fitting well, they're always going to be irritating you in some way. So we have yet to do that, which we will, but we are going to use the Bosal because we're also going to teach you how to tie the Makati rein to it.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not difficult, but it's like anything else.
Yeah.
The more you do it, the easier it becomes.
Of course.
So I'm going to do it once, and then we'll see how you do.
Okay.
Do you have any questions before we start?
So no. So I mean, I think just we had a winter session.
Yes.
You did.
Yes.
And you taught us about like the Bosal and the parts of it. Do you want to go quickly through like just naming the parts? So because I mean, I have the handout, but a lot of people who are watching the video don't have
the
like,
handout.
yeah.
Right. And we did a 3.5-hour workshop.
Yeah,
on
I was
this,
like
so this is a very brief explanation. But and we can give you more information, and there's loads on the internet if you want to delve into it. Basically, we have a hanger. So this isn't a bridle. All this is a very quality piece of latigo leather where this Bosal just sits.
Okay.
And although we don't have the rein on it, I'm just going to pretend that the rein is on it. It's made up of nosebud, the nosebud, which is kind of like the front of the nose. And then we have the bars, or sometimes it's called the body of the hackamore, the Bosal, and then we have something called the heel. And all of this works together as a signal bit so that by the time that it is all fit on him properly and I pick up my reins, this is going to touch his cheeks along the bars and then start to just roll on his nose. So it's a very, very light contact. It does have a few little what we call nerve bumps here, which will help in neutral lateral flexion or in other kind of lateral moves, so that you know when you start to ride with this, which we won't be doing today. You're riding with one hand at a time. You can ride with one hand on both reins. That's kind of the ultimate as you get your training up, and he does. But as long as you've been taught the foundation of riding with one rein, one rein at a time to signal, you can put two hands on the Bosal. Okay,
so two hands on the rein is fine, but activating one rein at a time is the idea.
Correct.
And so I've been using the rope halter to ride him for like forever. I've never used a bit for him, and you wanted me, because you saw me riding with my body and not with my hands, you said the next level up is the Bosal. Hence this being one rein at a time, and also using my body for just like the rope halter, but you were telling me that this is a bit more delicate, so the signals are this is more sensitive, if that's the right word.
Yeah, because a rope hackamore, which this isn't, but it's similar to it, still has, even though yours is fitting quite well here, there still is movement. There still is, so you can see the airspace. So if you're walking along or cantering or trotting along, this is kind of moving up and down. It's got this heavy metal clasp on it. Not the rope hackamore, but even if you were riding just in a rope halter. So, you're riding in this primarily because you've been taught how to ride with your seat bones first, core and seat bones, and then maybe your leg. And then kind of at that last phase of understanding, we need to remind him what it is that you're asking him to do. Slow down, go up in a transition, to move his hindquarters over, to move his forequarters over. You've done all of that homework with your body. So now it's time to come off that rope hackamore, get that off, and start to increase your own education and his.
Okay. Fair enough. Perfect.
So what we could do is we'll do the tying in a minute. So just so everybody knows, we all have budgets when it comes to horses, but please note that these Bosals are not. The best Bosals are from California, and or some areas in Texas. If you're getting one from India, if you're getting one from China, if you're getting one from I don't know, New Brunswick, and it hasn't been made in California, I would be very careful, because they're going to charge you a bit of money, and you're going to find that this is not what you want on your horse.
So when you say made in California, can you tell me a bit more? Like, what do you mean exactly? Is there like a culture there that you approve of, or
Right. So not going into the history of it, but certainly the traditional California hackamore is part of their culture, based on the Spanish who originally settled in parts of Mexico and Texas and California, and that culture of starting horses from nose pressure first, getting that at a very high level, and then using a snaffle perhaps or another kind of bit to finish the horse. That's just the way they did their training.
I see.
In fact, this goes back to the 1700s, and we know by pictures, we can see in pictures that are depicted using this Bosal or the hackamore. You wouldn't want to go to war with a piece of equipment you weren't trusting. So, and very little has changed with this, but the quality of it is an absolute must. And we don't need to get into all that now, but we have different plates. We have, meaning the strings that are braided together to make this a beautiful piece of equipment.